Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the horror show. I'm Marsha Parker.
I mean, Fuego here.
I'm Andrew Bruiser.
Cecil Laird, back with another trailer reaction, and we did the first sort of teaser trailer reaction to this when it came out about a month ago, but now apparently a fuller trailer has come out for Netflix's version of Death Note, and apparently this time we're supposed to get a look at Ryuk, who is played by Willem Dafoe in this iteration. So I say we jump right into it and get at it. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Go.
Marsha, did you watch the first trailer for it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
All the people that make life miserable, make life dangerous. What if we can change things? The human whose name is written in this note shall die. Shall we begin?
Wow.
That's awesome.
You're a death god.
Yes.
What exactly can I do with this death note?
Put your name down and see what happens.
It's not gonna solve a
I
few
love Willem
crimes.
Dafoe.
It's gonna solve all crime. Do you think that I'm crazy?
I think you're not crazy enough. We could change the world.
Kristen's
The killer is taking credit for over 400 deaths. Although we do not know how he kills his victims, we do know he's not some omnipotent force. He's a person, like you or me.
You're the one who flew into the sun. I'm just here to make sure you burn.
Light is black?
Oh, you know where you're going.
I promise you will not survive.
Oh, yeah, you probably will. Yep.
What they want is a god. So let's give it to them.
This looks like it was done so much better than the Japanese live-action one that I saw.
I agree.
The Japanese
August
live-action one
25th,
was
very soon.
okay, but this has so much more our American filmmaking sensibilities,
Yeah.
and I love that.
Adam Wingard, the guy who did Blair Witch, he did You're Next and
Yep.
The Guest, I want to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And The Blair Witch, I think, right? Didn't he do that one too?
The newest one.
The newest
Blair
one, yeah,
Witch,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
one we saw. Yeah.
So that's the cool thing. Like, they touched on way more cool things about this. First off, Ryuk looks awesome.
So
Insanely
cool. William Dafoe is my man.
Yeah,
Just look at him
it's
dancing around in Boondock.
it's man, his voice lends so perfectly, and he's like, what does this thing do? Write a name down and see what happens.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
That part right there.
that is
just
so
a little
cool.
glimpse of his
The
face.
blue lighting, yeah. He's a really terrifying figure, and he just sort of floats behind him. He never touches the ground, really, because he's a god. But yeah, that's the thing. The rules of the note is if you can write down exactly how they're going to be killed. So he writes that they'll be smashed by a SWAT truck, or the ladder thing. He writes a ladder will come dislodged from a work truck and smash through his skull. And
Wow.
that's how it works. Because if you don't specify, it's just a heart attack.
Yeah.
But what he starts to do is to change the world. He just starts to watch like America's Most Wanted's equivalent and start writing down the names of all these bad guys, and they just all suddenly start dying, and people start finding out that it's this guy Kira, who is being this worldwide crime fighter, and so he develops this following. But it's so deep and so much more interesting than the last trailer gave credit for, and that I even remembered based on the last trailer.
Yeah.
All these things are reminding me. And that guy, Light, the one with he's normally another Japanese guy who's just super, super, super intelligent. I love that they made him black in this. He's L, not Light. Light is the guy that finds the note. L is the guy tracking him. So I said that wrong during the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got
'Cause
crucified
all
because
the
people
curious
didn't
will get on
watch.
you.
They didn't watch this long before they were correcting me.
Yeah.
But no, L is the one following Light. That's confusing, right?
Yeah.
The guy's called Light, and L is following. They should have whatever. Anyway, nonetheless,
Like 11.
Mm-hmm. This one goes to 11.
Sorry.
I guess.
Sorry, I threw you off.
Anyway, Andrew, what did you think of this?
Looks good. I know nothing about Death Note. I know nothing of the series. Didn't see the first trailer, so
This was totally fresh, huh?
yeah. I mean, it was just. I just got more questions. I want to know, what's going on with everything. But it looks good. Are they making it? This is gonna be like a series.
I think
No, it's just
movie.
And that's a film,
yeah.
Netflix film.
Just a one and done. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's where I can at least chime in with, I know people are going to be critical of the fact that it's just a film because this is a very lengthy manga that was turned into a lengthy anime, a series that went on for many, many years, and they've made multiple movies over there. So people are going to say you can't condense all of this into one. So I'm familiar with Death Note. I've watched a few episodes of the show. I'm familiar with the mythology. I know how popular it is. So I'm kind of one of those in-betweens where I never got really, really into it, but I had friends that were so into Death Note. And there's a lot of criticism about the whitewashing right now. But what I say to that is where there are remakes of Hollywood films that are done in other areas of the world. For instance, the remake about the mirror that was done in India, I believe.
Well, you can't call it whitewashing if L is black.
Well,
I mean,
and that's the point that I was going to make, is maybe Americanizing, but there's been a big criticism. I mean, Ghost in the Shell took a lot of flack for this, is taking characters that were originally Japanese and then
it's the whole
turning
point
them
of a
white.
remake.
Yeah, and that's
That's
where
the whole
I think
point.
that it feels more Americanized than whitewashed, in my opinion, especially with you mentioning the L character and the fact that he's African American now.
Ghost in the Shell was weird because it all still took place in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the weirdness of it. This is supposed to take place in America. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be an American version of Death Note. So there's no whitewashing issue here to me. But anyway,
it's an issue for many, which is why I brought it up.
Yeah.
So
God, that little shadowed shot of Ryuk looks really cool too.
I think this looks badass, and before I toss the baton to Marsha, I just want to say this gives me hope for seeing this guy work
Look at
on the
that.
Godzilla vs. King Kong, because that's his next project. Adam Wingard, the same guy who did all these other movies, he's doing that
So
after
cool.
this film. So do you think he looks like he's raised his prowess since earlier films? I mean, like he can do a big budget thing like this?
No, this looks great. I don't really care about Godzilla and King Kong.
I know.
So I'm sure it'll be fine for those that watch it. But no, this looks amazing. And I don't know a lot about Death Note. From what Cecil has told me about it, got me really intrigued. And just watching this looks amazing. And I think maybe they weren't very sure how much following Netflix may get on it to do a complete series, but given the fact that Netflix has so much money and so much budget and so much following, they could have easily turned this into a series. I mean, look what they're doing with Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Flash and all.
Flash isn't Netflix.
Flash is on Netflix.
No,
CW.
CW.
Yeah.
I'm like,
see it
like
on-
Flash.
I
It's
see
on-
it on
Flash
Netflix.
is
Well,
on.
yeah,
It's
but all
not
those
Net-
shows make it to Netflix.
Yeah, it's not
eventually.
Netflix original
Yeah.
content.
And I feel like every time I'm on Netflix, they have a new series. I feel like it could
Glow
have
is
been
really
done.
good, by the way.
I've heard
But-
that. That's the Lady Wrestlers, right?
I guess if you want William Dafoe to play as Ryuk, is that how you say it?
Ryuk, yeah,
Ryuk?
and it's Willem, I think.
Well, did I say William?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna touch
Willem
on
Dafoe.
that.
So I said William Dafoe,
It's
right?
Willem.
Oh, Willem?
William, this is America.
Oh. Anyways.
Marco.
No, it's not spelled William. It's spelled
I
Willem.
don't care. This is America.
Marco.
William. What do you call the guy named Jesus? Jesus? This is America. I call
Sometimes
you
I do,
Jesus.
and then they correct me.
My name
My
is-
point is I don't think you would have got him for a series, so I like that he is.
Mhm.
Nor Wingard
Well,
for a series either.
He's got to be willing to sign on for more because there's going to be, I mean, it would be a multi-movie thing. You can't condense 10, mangas,
Yeah.
10 manga volumes into one movie. And even the Japanese ones had at least 3, maybe even 4 movies. It was, Death Note 1, Death Note 2, and then there was, I think, an L-centric movie. And then they just did a new one, Death Note Light Up the New World.
Which we did the
Which
reaction.
we did the reaction to, but I never actually saw yet. So I am excited. I'll be on top of this as soon as it comes out. First off, because Netflix is so accessible, it's awesome. But yeah. So the story though seems interesting and all that.
Yeah, I'm intrigued for sure.
Nice.
Cool concept.
And it looks beautifully well shot, and looks like there's going to be some really cool practical and CG effects on this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in.
I'm in. All right.
I'm in. I'm sold.
All right, guys. Well, let us know in the comments down below if you guys are into this. Did this trailer sell you more than the last trailer? I'd find it hard to believe anyone say they didn't get like this one more than the last one, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So let us know in the comments. And until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Andrew Mercer.
I mean, Fuego.
I'm Marsh Parker.
And remember,
Stay
stay scared.